1-2 right now after 3 weeks. I mean, how big of a hole do you think it is, or do you not even think that's much of a hole for this team?
I feel like the way we performed was a hole, like a huge hole, but it's still the beginning of the season. You got a lot of work to do, and you just got to execute.
Lamar, I think you were sacked 7 times tonight. That rarely happens with you. What were you seeing back there that was causing problems?
Man, them guys were doing stunts, and they had a spy, and sometimes the spy was grabbing my leg, and that's just what it was. Guys they were chopping in coverage. Got 3 safeties back there, and I'm just not going to throw a Hail Mary ball. I'm going to read the coverage out and then try to make something happen.
Lamar, you've seen spies a lot over your career. A lot of teams have done that. Did the Lions do something that was a little bit different from what other teams have done in the past?
Nah, they were just executing. That's all it was. They just executed.
How y'all doing, YouTube? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just getting off work, man. But I had to hop in my office and talk about this Baltimore Ravens. Don't know what's going on with this team right now. Don't know their identity. You got a big guy in the backfield. He got the fumbling numblings going on. I don't know what he got going on lately, but he started fumbling the ball. Derrick Henry, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he's not fumbling the ball. He's fumbling the ball in crucial moments. You know what I'm saying? That Bills game, that fumble lost them the game. This game, that fumble really lost them the game. Because on that drive, they could have went down there and took the lead and probably would have won the game. And I don't know what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens offense. Now, I kind of had problems with their defense. And over time, like the history of Baltimore has always been about the defense, not really the offense. You know what I'm saying? But watching how the offense have looked lately, it don't just, some seems off. Lamar seems off. That game, he was real agitated. He was frustrated on every play. He was overthrowing people. He was getting hogged down. He was making bad decisions. I didn't understand that Baltimore team, which I thought coming into the season, nobody was going to beat them. And they already got 2 losses. And then there's 2 good teams, so I can't be mad about that. Games could have went either way because they had an opportunity to win both games. But the one thing about Baltimore I noticed, they find a way to lose the game all the time. And that's really be the part that's really trippy to me. Like they constantly find a way to lose the game. I have never seen a team find a way to lose the game as much as Baltimore does. Like they always, man, nowhere in the world did I thought they was going to lose that Bills game when they was up 2 touchdowns. End up losing the game. It didn't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And then this Lions game, competitive game, but really, you look at Jared Goff, he couldn't really do nothing. He couldn't really move the ball. They was running all over Baltimore like crazy. Montgomery let loose. He was running all over them, boy. They ran over ball. But like I said, lately, I haven't really been thinking Baltimore defense is really just up to par where you just be like, oh, they just world beaters and they can't nobody beat them. I haven't been looking at Baltimore like that. But lately, the offense has been looking a little sluggish. They've been looking like trash lately. So that's what's weird to me. I'm not used to seeing Lamar Jackson I picked him on a parlay, man. He ended up got like 30 yards. They had him in like 45 yards. Lamar Jackson would usually get 45 yards in his sleep. For them to have it at 45 yards rushing is crazy. For Pat Mahomes to be leading quarterbacks in rushing right now in the NFL when you got Josh Allen and you got Lamar Jackson is crazy. I just don't know what's going on. Derrick Henry, he don't look sure of himself. Lately, how he's running the ball, he's not running the ball hard. Like they was on the 1-yard line and they gave him 3 tries. He couldn't get in the end zone. Like you shouldn't get on the 1-yard line with a big running back like that and can't get in the end zone. Even if you use him as a decoy to make people think you finna run him, you gotta get in the end zone, Lamar Jackson. You can beat anybody to the edge, the kind of speed you got. You got receivers all over the place. You got weapons. You got a good tight end. You got 2 good running backs. You got some good wide receivers. Zay Flowers is the beast. He had a bad game last night. I don't know what was going on. It's like, I didn't even think he was in the game at certain times. They wouldn't even throw him the ball. But the thing about it, I heard a lot of people saying fire the coach. I'm with holding the coach accountable. But the coach can only give you the play. If you're not executing, that's on you. If you're making bad decisions, that's on you. Everybody always try to find somebody else to blame. Oh, you need to get fired. You need to fire the coach. But when he's winning, y'all ain't saying fire the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard people, I heard people keep saying, "Oh man, why you throwing the ball in this situation?" So, but he ran it 3 times on the 1 yard line, and dude just didn't get the touchdown. So who do you blame then? Is it the coach's fault? If you get paid that big money, if you this kind of a great running back, dog, you got to get that in the end zone with 1 yard. You can't tell me they can stop you 3 times in a row for getting 1 yard. I don't care what defense. You can have the old Baltimore Ed Reed defense. You can have the you can have the Chicago Bears old 85 Bears defense. You know, you got to get 1 yard. You know what I'm saying? You can have my Vikings defense. You know what I'm saying? You can have the steel curtain. You got to get 1 yard, man. You one of the greatest running backs of all time. Going to probably go down in top 10 running backs, maybe even higher if you keep doing what you're doing. But you can't just keep fumbling the ball. You got to look assured of yourself, man. You can't. He was over there on the bench throwing a temper tantrum, throwing his helmet, falling down and stuff. I'm like, what's up with you lately, man? Like, you got to fumble every game this season. And then you had 2 fumbles that's crucial. Like that one against the Bills, the one against the Lions, them was crucial. At that time of the game, man, you cannot fumble the ball. The one against the Bills, that was crazy. I can kind of understand the one against the Lions because he didn't know the guy was behind him. He came through, and a lot of them guys are punching the balls out of guys' hands lately, so you can't see the guy behind you. But I don't want to hear no excuse about none of that. I don't want to hear nobody making no excuse about what you should do, man. You get paid that big money, you're a great running back, you got to get that ball into the end zone. And it's not no excuse. But I want to get on here and talk about them Baltimore Ravens, man. It was like, man, I know my Minnesota Vikings, boy, we put a whooping on Cincinnati, man. I don't know, JJ, man. We might need Carson Wentz in there and see what he can do. He might got another rebirth. He almost got an MVP and he got a Super Bowl ring. He was on the bench, but he was having an MVP season. So JJ, that's what happens, man. If you don't step up, this is your second year. You didn't get to play your first year, but man, of course, I'm gonna do that again, man. You might got a little problem. But man, tell me how y'all feel about them Baltimore Ravens, man. They haven't been looking like they sell. Would y'all be worried, or later on in the season they probably gonna be sitting up here 14 or something, you know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna be sitting up for 14-3 or something. How many games in the season? 17 now. So yeah, they might be sitting up like that at the end of the season. Tell me if y'all worried or if you're not worried. Might be your team, it might not be your team, but tell me how y'all feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe on and I'm sorry for the quality of my video, man. I kind of got off late, so I'm in my car, man. But y'all have a good one.